Rev is making it easier for you to complete all your lockdown errands in one trip. You can now pay your Rev bill.
A community in shock. New tonight on Our News, live at 7. The Mount Moriah MP speaks out on a double homicide in his constituency. He says they were like family to me. And 2 toddlers found unresponsive in a swimming pool. The matter now under investigation as the 2 remain in hospital in critical condition. Plus, the $100 million earmarked for roadworks. The Works Minister announces a massive improvement project in the new year. Then in Our News at 7:30, traveling to commit crimes. The startling revelation from the commissioner about suspects being electronically monitored. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. A triple shooting leaving 2 men dead and a suspect wounded. Police called to the Yellow Elder community after gunfire erupted in the midst of rush hour as many were making their way home from work. Joshua Williams was first on the scene and has this report.
After a few quiet weeks in the capital, the peace was shattered by a triple shooting. Police on saturation patrol in Yellow Elder heard the gunshots around 4:30 p.m. Police say a group of men were sitting on a wall through Nichols Court when a black Japanese vehicle drove past the men, the car's passengers opening fire. Here's Police Press Liaison Chief Superintendent Chrisling Skippings with more information.
Shortly thereafter, the vehicle turned around and proceeded in an easterly direction on Nichols Court. 2 males emerged from that vehicle, both of whom were armed with firearms, and they approached the males who were on the wall. There was an exchange of gunfire between the occupants of the vehicle and the males on the wall, which resulted in 3 people being shot.
1 man died on scene. The other fled to the Grove Street police station where he also passed away. And here's where this story gets bizarre. A suspect showed up to the hospital with gunshot wounds but fled before he could be arrested. Back at the scene last evening was a visibly shaken Member of Parliament for the Mount Moriah constituency, Mikhail Bonnaby.
I don't really feel like talking right now.
Maybe to just give us, I guess, their full name.
However, he did have this to say.
Shreve is like a son to me, and Rick is like my younger brother. Well, I was with Rick's mother, one of the deceased, and we didn't speak. We just held each other, and you know, some things you just don't have to say, and you know, it's just tough.
Mandel Miller, who works with the Bahamas Drug Council, is also a resident of the area.
There's a need for us somehow as a country, somehow the leadership of our country to really take some account on how these incidents are traumatizing and tearing the fabric of our communities, what's left of our communities apart.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Josh. A funeral director has been sentenced to 5 years in prison after admitting to having an illegal relationship with a 14-year-old girl. Godfrey Gray, now 40, met the child at a funeral where they exchanged numbers. They began seeing each other, prosecutors say, in October 2020 and had sex on several occasions at his home. He was arrested and charged with unlawful sexual intercourse after the relationship was discovered in December 2020. Gray was freed on bail in January and was forbidden from having any contact with the teen. But while on bail, Gray was arrested at a motel in March 2021 with the young girl who admitted they had had sex. He was remanded into custody and refused bail. He pleaded guilty to 5 counts of unlawful sexual intercourse when he appeared before Justice Gregory Hilton today. He was sentenced to 5 years as part of a plea deal. The sentence takes effect from today, but Gray will receive credit for the time he's spent on remand. Once he's finished his sentence, Gray will be on probation for 2 years and will spend a year in prison if he's convicted of any other crimes during the probationary period. And 2 boys, ages 1 and 3 years old, are in critical condition after they were found unresponsive in a swimming pool in Tropical Gardens yesterday. Police say just before 2 p.m., the toddlers were pulled from the pool by their parents, who quickly administered CPR until emergency medical technicians arrived at the location, where they were later transported to the hospital for further medical care. Investigations into this are said to be ongoing. We've got much more to get to tonight, but we want to call your attention now to another Our News giveaway. This time, join the festive frenzy on Our News Weekend. And here's how it works. You'll have to spot Holly in our Thursday and Friday broadcasts for the rest of the month for your chance to win fabulous prizes this December. Then tune in every Saturday and Sunday to catch the announcement of our lucky holiday winners. You don't want to miss out. The holiday hunt, it begins tonight at 7:30. Remember, it's every Thursday and Friday, and the winners will be announced in Our News Weekend. Our first winner will be announced this weekend. And now it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he's standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Kenun, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. A very unsettled weather pattern happening across the northwest Bahamas. Very, very windy conditions beginning to affect the islands. We have a gale warning posted for the northwest Bahamas and a gale watch for the remainder of the islands. We'll show you things in a little bit, but it's comfortable on the outside, 74 degrees, mostly cloudy, and it is windy. The wind's out of the east-northeast at 28 miles per hour, and they are gusting even higher than that, but it's making it feel like a very comfortable 76 on the outside. Temperatures around the islands right now, it's 71 in Freeport, 73 in Marsh Harbour, Abaco. We pick up 75s in Alistown, Bimini, Nicholstown, Andros. Over in Great Harbour Key and Governors Harbour, 74. And you guys in Great Harbour Key, you have some showers nearby. Here in the capital, also some showers nearby with 74. Central Bahamas, 75 in Kemps Bay, showers there. 76s in Arthurstown, Cata, and Coburn Downs and Salvador. Georgetown and Deadman's Key, 78, and into the southeast Bahamas. 79, Duncantown, Ragged Island, some showers there as well. 78s in Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay. Abrams Bay and Providenciales, 77. And deep south, Matthewtown, Inagua, you guys are currently 79 at this hour. Satellite radar composite showing most of the activity now concentrated across the northwest Bahamas. That frontal boundary that backed up towards the north is still quasi-stationary across that area. Lots of showers and thunderstorms affecting the northwest Bahamas. Also very, very strong winds. We have gale force warnings in effect for the northwest Bahamas and a gale warning, gale watch in effect for the central and southeastern islands. The winds down there are very strong as well, so we're urging you boaters and you beachgoers, please do not get into the waters. As a matter of fact, we ask you beachgoers not to even get near the waters for the next couple of days. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come in our news, the $100 million road repair project for New Providence and Family Islands will tell you when you can expect those work-in-progress signs. And the Bahamas moves into the Pacific Northwest. Our Bethany McDermott is live from Seattle for a winter travel trade show when Our News returns.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and to be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation.
The Ministry of Works set to launch a major road repair program for New Providence and the Family Islands that'll cost payers just under $100 million. The Works Minister announcing the multi-million-dollar project this morning and gave a breakdown of the areas that will be targeted. Megan Shepard reports.
From potholes to inadequate sidewalks and flooding, poor conditions in New Providence remain a consistent bump in the road for users. But beginning the first quarter of next year, Minister of Works Clay Sweeting says his ministry will launch an aggressive milling and asphalt program for major repairs to some 55 miles in Nassau.
Tonique Williams-Darling Highway, Joe Farrington Road, sections of Blue Hill Road, sections of East Bay Street, sections of West Bay Street, Dasswell Street and surrounding roads, Montrose Avenue, Mount Royal Avenue, Cowpen Road, Windsor Road, Eastern Road, Soldier Road, East Street, Kemp Road, and community and urban roads.
And with some 880 miles of road to maintain in the capital alone, the work is a mammoth task. Thus far, there's been some level of repairs to only 23 of those miles. But with this new project, the scope of works will see the replacement of old asphalt with newer, more durable material, as well as repairing sidewalks and improving drainage.
The ministry has also purchased, I think it's 26 Walpro valves, and these valves help to not only allow for drainage, but it also stops water from backing up.
And according to Sweeting, Family Islands will not be left out. The project is expected to span 2.5 years and will cost taxpayers $98,210,000. In the meantime, the minister says the department will continue to undertake smaller projects.
We have pothole patching contractors that will assist the ministry to repair the roads to promote road safety and comfort.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Megan Shepard.
All right, to see that story again, head over to ournews.bs. Well, the Ministry of Tourism shoring up another major route to the Bahamas, adding to the list of non-stop direct flights from major markets. In just 24 hours, Alaska Air will touch down at LPIA from Seattle, Washington, connecting the U.S. Pacific Northwest travel market to the islands of the Bahamas. Our Berthany McDermott is in Seattle tonight preparing to make the inaugural journey. He joins us now live.
Ken, we're standing outside the Museum of Flight where the Ministry of Tourism just wrapped up a promotional exercise less than 24 hours ahead of that inaugural flight from Seattle to Nassau. It comes one night after the Ministry of Tourism participated in a trade show. Here are some highlights from that event.
The Bahamas delegation in-house today, so thank you for being here.
In the tourism business, timing is everything. And what better time to introduce international travel partners to the Bahamas than 48 hours ahead of another inaugural flight, this one from Seattle to Nassau. Wednesday night, a room full of agents and partners from the American Society of Travel Advisors met in their annual trade show to learn about the hottest and the newest destinations. Up to 44 suppliers participated. The buzz in the room over the Alaskan Airlines non-stop service launching from Seattle to LPIA in Nassau. Chapter President Wendy Denny believes the new route will prove popular amongst locals and neighboring states.
We've never had direct flights before, so I think that's a huge game changer for the Pacific Northwest. People will come here from Vancouver, Portland, Idaho to fly out on a direct stop to the Bahamas, so it's huge for us.
Her words were echoed by the Ministry of Tourism. Territory General Manager Dupree Smith says so far the response has been beyond belief.
The demand has been overwhelming. The flights are doing incredibly well as far as load factor.
But don't just take their word for it. During the show, travel agents got to see the Bahamas desk.
I think that'll generate a lot of tourism to the Bahamas because it's hard for us West Coast to get to you. So
most people on the West Coast, they're used to flying to Hawaii. And so having that option where you can just hop on the plane and you don't have to stop, it makes it a lot more convenient.
Also present on the tourism desk, Warwick Paradise Island.
We are excited about the new flight with Alaska Airlines directly to Nassau, which is going to benefit us in having better access to this massive market of the United States.
With the weekly Alaska flight set to kick off, Seattle is the tip of the iceberg.
A big hurdle in getting people to the Caribbean is they don't want to have an overnight flight or overnight in Miami. So this takes that out of the mix. It'll be, I'm telling you, it's going to be a good thing.
There are very healthy load factors, and if we're able to sustain and maintain these, I can see Alaska Airlines not only keeping the service in place, but extending it even further.
Now again, Kent, in just a few hours, the entire team, along with others, will be on board that inaugural flight to the Bahamas. Live in Seattle for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott, sending it back to you on the desk, Kendino.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the COP28 conference closes. Plus, the U.S. House of Representatives authorizes an impeachment inquiry against President Joe Biden. And Venezuelan and Guyanese leaders meet in St. Vincent over an ongoing border dispute. When our news returns.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and to be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. a groundbreaking moment, COP28 President Sultan Al Jaber sealed the climate conference on Wednesday, heralding a historic agreement among nearly 200 nations to transition away from fossil fuels. Scientists emphasize this pact as the last best hope to avert climate catastrophe, marking a significant shift after 3 decades of COP summits. The contentious future of fossil fuels dominated discussions during the 2-week summit in Dubai. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declared on Wednesday the offensive in Gaza will persist until victory. Israel mourned its worst combat losses in over a month, reporting 10 soldiers killed in the past 24 hours, including a full colonel and a lieutenant colonel. The humanitarian crisis deepened with Gaza's health ministry revealing at least 18,600 were killed and over 50,000 injured since October 7th. The U.S. House of Representatives, in a party-line vote of 221 to 212, formally authorized an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. Republicans support the effort, alleging improper benefits from Hunter Biden's foreign dealings. The White House dismisses it as unsubstantiated and politically motivated. Success seems unlikely, according to experts, given Senate dynamics. And Guyana's President, Dr. Ifraan Ali, and Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro arrived at St. Vincent and the Grenadines' Argyle International Airport for high-level talks mediated by Brazil. The discussions aim to ease tensions following the International Court of Justice's recent provisional measures on the 1899 arbitral award dispute. Media attention surged as both leaders were warmly greeted by Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves at separate arrivals. Well, back here at home, for years, Atlantis has been known for their efforts in marine conservation and release programs. And in tonight's Sustainability First, we're getting a closer look at how they've been supporting the green sea turtle population. Marlena Leonard has more.
Bahamas First, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
The goal was always to give back, to have a breeding program where we can give back to these turtles that are endangered. We put a focus on them reproducing. And so we set up a situation where we had a beach for female turtles to come up and lay their eggs.
Hepburn says it's blossomed year after year, and now they release about 500 turtles each year. He also says it's a powerful experience to share with others.
I've had opportunities to release turtles with our guests, and I've had people who were crying because this is like a bucket list experience for people. You know, they love turtles, they love the environment, they love giving back, and to come on a turtle release program with us and watch that turtle crawl over the sand and into the ocean.
But you don't have to be a guest to experience this. Hepburn says there's a call-in waiting list you can sign up to be notified. And it's not just a job to Hepburn.
We're stewards of the environment. We were given, and I may go biblical here, but we go given dominion, over the fish of the sea and birds of the air and everything, right? And so we're stewards, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. If we don't take care of it, it's going to leave us. It's gonna go away.
Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Marlena Leonard.
Still to come in Our News, Today in History, find out interesting facts about the day that was December 14th. Then in Our News at 7:30, the latest on Shanty Town assessments. The Works Minister says the work continues in New Providence. And the former Prime Minister and F&M party leader says the current leadership still has his confidence. When Our News returns.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled you could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Welcome back to Our News. It's time now to turn our spotlight on events that shaped the day that was December 14th. Take a look.
On December 14th, 2018, then Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands confirmed another person died of swine flu. The 35-year-old woman was the second victim of the H1N1 virus in the Bahamas at that time. He declined to release the details, the woman's nationality, or whether she was in Nassau, saying the public shouldn't be worried. Then, 3 years later, on this day, the Davis administration announced the elimination of COVID health travel visas for returning Bahamians and residents. Hundreds were stuck abroad during the global pandemic for failing to produce COVID tests. Then, in world history, on this day in 1911, Norwegian explorer Roald Amundsen and 4 companions became the first men to reach the South Pole. In 1918, women in Britain voted for the first time in a general election and were allowed to stand as candidates. Then on December 14th, 2000, Cuban President Fidel Castro met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Havana. The meeting saw pledges by Russia for oil exploration aid. The meetings and promises were seen as an act of defiance to the United States, which has forced an embargo in the communist country for 52 years. A British police inquiry ruled in 2006 that Princess Diana was not the victim of a murder plot when she died in a car accident in 1997. And finally, in 2008, in a now infamous unannounced farewell visit by U.S. President George W. Bush to Baghdad, an Iraqi reporter called President Bush a dog and threw his shoes at him. Bush, who was set to leave office weeks later, is seen ducking as the shoe makes it over the podium.
All right, to watch that historical recap again and for all of today's top stories, remember you can visit ournews.bs or share your favorites right from the Our News Bahamas Facebook page. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is Italia Hall. As always, she's got the latest headlines. Italia?
It's Thursday. One more day to go.
One more day.
I'm excited. This weather has been a bit wild. So
Off and on, right? Off and on. I mean, I still prefer the cooler temperatures, thank God.
But
I can at least drive with my windows down, so I'm happy about that.
Not when we have to drive in it to work. No.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much, Ken. Well, tonight, the latest on Shantytown assessments. The Works Minister says the work continues in New Providence, and the former Prime Minister and F&M party leader says the current leadership still has their confidence. Here are your latest headlines. Addressing the matter first tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, it appears as if individuals with ankle monitoring bracelets are traveling to Grand Bahama to commit crimes. The police chief speaks. Also, when will demolition continue for irregular communities in the capital? The Minister of Works is weighing in. Plus, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram is giving his support to the Free National Movement's current leadership. And later, non-stop flights from Seattle to the Bahamas. Our Brittany McDermott is live from Seattle tonight with more details when Our News returns.
Today, Doctors Hospital's reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
Have you heard that sound? It's the sound of us. Since our origins, we burst music. Our sounds mix together. So let us hear your sound too. Your sound of passion, of joy, of friendship. The sound of your style and the beat of your night. It's time to play together the sound of Guinness, the sounds of greatness.
Home is where my journey began, where my dreams found their roots. It's in every step I take, a dance of connection to my heritage and this land.
Home is the people who shape your soul. It's the laughter of those you love that help you see the magic in life's simplest gifts.
Home has seen me through life's challenges. Is where I found the strength to overcome adversity, where I turned pain into purpose.
In every stitch and every shared moment, the spirit of Bahama handprints and the spirit of home live on. Cherish your own definitions of home and explore the beauty of Bahama handprints.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. It appears as if there's been an increase in individuals wearing ankle monitoring bracelets traveling to Grand Bahama to commit crimes. In this report, the Commissioner of Police is addressing the matter.
We have seen a trend with respect to that on the various family islands. Individuals that are moving from the big city into the family of islands and committing crime.
According to police, it's now a trend. Individuals wearing ankle monitoring bracelets traveling to other islands to commit crimes. Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernando confirming that individuals out on bail wearing ankle monitoring bracelets are required to stay in their jurisdiction. As for how they are getting to Grand Bahama, he says the Royal Bahamas Police Force is looking into the matter.
There was a back and forth in the media with respect to the monitoring company and individuals being monitored who is out there on bail. That is something should have been picked up. If they are leaving the jurisdiction, certain areas picked up and the police notified so that we could move in and place them and put them back before the court.
He's also sharing how they may get away with these crimes.
Either let their battery goes dead, commit crime, and then comes back on the grid.
And as it relates to the high murder rate in the country, the commissioner says often individuals receive bail and in no time they are killed.
There was an individual who was on bail for murder, being monitored. He is now afraid, went back to the court, say, Judge, please remand me. I don't want my bail. Cancel my bail. And the other individuals should do just that.
And now to an issue that our news team has been following for some time now, the ongoing demolition of unregulated communities. This past week, our team visited the All Saints Way shantytown, where residents there are anxiously waiting the day tractors will finish demolishing homes, and structures in that area. Today, Minister of Works Clay Sweeting spoke to when demolition will continue for irregular communities.
Yesterday, we went out by the Wellfield. And the team at the Ministry of Works, along with other members of the task force, went out there to notify persons, to give them their notice, persons who are building out at the Wellfield. We will continue to assess different areas throughout New Providence. Also in January, the team would travel to Abaco, and we would look at the unregulated communities there, and we'll continue to do it in a way that it's, because we have to ensure that social services, Ministry of Health and Environment has their team to assist in whatever way they can. So we'll continue in January. You'll see a steady progression on how we continue to deal with shanty towns.
All right, well, earlier this week we reported on a dog attack at a daycare in Grand Bahama that left a 1-year-old with injuries. Grand Bahama Police confirming that the owner of the dog has been identified and is assisting with the investigation. Well, our news speaking with Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Works, Lorraine Ambrista, today, and she says that facility is now closed.
That matter is being investigated by the Preschool and Daycare Council, which has remit for private preschool and daycare facilities, and that facility is being closed. I'm advised that the police is aware, but I'm not able to comment on anything that the police might be doing. But I know the Preschool and Daycare Council and the chairman, Mrs. Agatha Archer, is thoroughly investigating that matter, in addition to Department of Education officials in Grand Bahama.
And that is the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education. Well, Ministry of Education security officers up in arms over unpaid overtime. That confirmation coming from Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Lorraine Ambrista. The PS says she is advised that the group of officers did not report to work recently over the issue. Ambrista adds that the officers will be paid under the midterm budget exercise set for January of 2024.
The Ministry of Education has not in any way, not acted on what is required. It's just a matter of additional funding being required, and we appreciate all the efforts of our security officers. We have approached the Ministry of Finance, and we anticipate that funding will be provided as a part of the midterm budget exercise, which is commencing in January.
All right, well, we have much more to get to tonight, but we want to get your attention to another Our News giveaway. This time, join the festive frenzy on Our News Weekend. Here's how it works. You'll have to spot Holly in our Thursday and Friday broadcasts for your chance to win fabulous prizes this December. Tune in every Saturday and Sunday to catch the thrilling announcement of our lucky holiday winners. Don't miss out. The holiday hunt begins on Our News Weekend edition starting this Saturday. But now turning to weather, as we have cool temperatures around the island as we move closer to the weekend. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Natalia, and welcome back, everybody, for a quick check on conditions around the islands and outside our studios. 74 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, and it is windy out there. The wind's out of the east-northeast, and look at those speeds. 28 miles per hour, and it is gusting even higher on the outside. Feels like temperature is a very comfortable 75. Satellite and radar composite showing that frontal boundary that was across the central Bahamas now into the northwest Bahamas. Most of the shower and thunderstorm activity happening across that area. We still have a lot of tropical moisture moving out of the Gulf of Mexico across that area. Some high-level clouds affecting the southeast and central parts of the Bahamas. But this pattern will remain in place for the next couple of days before we see a low-pressure system in the Gulf of Mexico swing across our area and bring some more unsettled weather to the northwest Bahamas for the weekend. That's your quick check around the island. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, are you looking for a non-stop flight to Seattle? Alaska Airlines is now giving travelers that option from the Lynden Pindling International Airport. Our Berthany McDermott is live from Seattle tonight. Plus, we take a deep dive into marine life at the Atlantis Resort when our news continues.
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and to be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead with Cable Bahamas Business.
Well, we want to turn your attention to another Our News giveaway. This time, join the festive frenzy on Our News Weekend. Here's how it works. You'll have to spot Holly in our Thursday and Friday broadcast for your chance to win fabulous prizes this December. Tune in every Saturday and Sunday to catch the thrilling announcement of our lucky holiday winners. You don't want to miss out. The holiday hunt begins on Our News Weekend edition starting this Saturday. Now, once you've spotted Holly, you'll have to put your answers under the live stream of Our News on Facebook. Happy hunting. Well, amidst call for a national convention and party leadership change, the Free National Movement former Prime Minister Hubert Ingraham is standing behind current party leadership. After receiving a copy of Dr. Minnis's newest book, the former Prime Minister doubled down on his support for Michael Pintard, saying there's no urgent need for a leadership change at this time.
We elected Michael Pintard as the leader of the party, and Shanty Cartwright as the deputy leader, and Dr. Dwayne Sands as the chairman. Nothing has happened or has been done, in my opinion, that has caused others to lose confidence in them who are F&Ms without a special kind of agenda. they still have my confidence.
The Atlantis Resort is known for its unique structure, restaurants, and water park, but the resort is also heavily invested in marine life. It is home to the largest open-air marine habitat in the world. Well, I had the opportunity to visit the fish hospital located right on property. Let's take a look. The fish hospital, also known as the quarantine area, is the holding area for animals before they go into the exhibits you often see when visiting Atlantis.
We also have any newborns, any baby animals are brought into this space to be target fed and kept a close watch on. We also have any sick animals. If we get a sick fish, a turtle, shark, a stingray, we bring them in here. Right now we actually have a pregnant female southern stingray. Atlantis has one of the largest open-air marine habitats representing over 250 marine species. Marine and Education Programs Officer Kristen Johnson says there are also lots of programs that caters to the little ones. They get to feed our juvenile sharks, juvenile rays, as well as they do a little activity with our aquarists. We also have a program that's called Junior Ultimate Trainer for a Day, and that's for kids between the ages of 6 and 10 years old. And here's a close look at the touch tank often used for the behind-the-scenes tour. So let's check out the conch. You should be familiar with this. So the queen conch can come out of the water and be out for a little bit without being stressed out as long as we put it right back in. But I just want to let you know that even though this conch seems kind of big in size, it's actually still not mature. So technically this conch would not be legal for sale because of the size of this lip or the thickness of that lip. These baby sharks, also known as pups, were born at Atlantis in the Predator's Lagoon. They are now at the fish hospital to protect them from bigger animals. Get your hand in the water. Ready? Wow! See? Not so bad. No, it's not bad. And Johnson says the job is rewarding. I think it's good for our team to not only do their job, but get to kind of share what they know with the community and the guests here.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When our news comes back from the break, nonstop flights to Seattle on the way. Our Bertha McDermott will be a part of that inaugural flight and is live tonight.
The local Italian community lends a hand to the national sport, and we update you on Bahamian Hoopers. I'll be right back with a...
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly. It's quick, effortless, and cost-effective. Plus, it ensures that your messages are delivered directly to your customers' cellular phones, guaranteeing higher engagement. Save time and boost your outreach with SMS bulk messaging. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions at 601-8911 in Nassau or 60...
This is our news. Welcome back. The anti-doping in sports bill was passed in the House of Assembly on Wednesday, and now some top players in the sports industry are reacting. The legislation ensures that the Bahamas is committed to the global fight against doping in sports and aligns the country with World Anti-Doping Agency standards. We spoke to the president of the B3A's, Rumiko Archer.
Most material would have been the establishment that BATSI, the Bahamas Anti-Doping Commission, is an autonomous body, and there was deliberate drafting that made it very clear that even the Minister of Sport is not an influencer in any decision, that the ministry or government has no involvement in the mind and management of BATSI, and that it's an autonomous body. And I thought that that was necessary.
Now, one of the major updates in the legislation includes the removal of the Director of Sports from the Bahamas Anti-Doping Commission and replacing them with the University of the Bahamas Athletic Director. Well, sailing gets an assist from the local Italian community, and we catch you up on Bahamas playing basketball abroad. Here's Tej Adderley with a check on sports. Tej?
Thanks, Ataya. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tej Adderley with Our Sports. 2023 has been a big year for sailing, and it just got bigger. The local Italian community gave a big assist to the sport. Proceeds from the Italian booth at last month's International Food, Wine, and Art Festival are going to young sailors in the land of pineapples. The Luther Sailing Academy, a program based in Savannah Sound, will be the recipient of the proceeds. Italy's honorary consul to the Bahamas, Dr. Alberto Suigi, had the chance to visit the program, which also teaches windsurfing, kite surfing, and a love of the ocean and the environment, where he personally made the presentation. He also promised to sponsor more sailors for the program, which already hosts 35 students. Now, Italy is known to be a sports-obsessed country, so it's great to see them supporting sports here. Onto the court, some Bahamians got busy on the hardwood last night. Buddy Hield had 7 points in his Pacers loss to the Milwaukee Bucks 140-126. His Bahamas national team teammate Eric Gordon was a surprise scratch from a banged-up Phoenix Suns lineup last night as he was out with a calf strain, and they fell to the Nets 116-112. And college Dayton Aubrey went off to the tune of 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists as his Queens University Royals fell to Appalachian State 93-81. And Frederick King was held scoreless as his 8th-ranked Creighton Blue Jays were upset by UNLV 79-64. Before we go, this is my last sports segment of the year. Have a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Signing off for 2023, I'm Tej Adderley.
Still ahead on our news tonight, a new experience. The Bahamas set to welcome non-stop flights from Seattle this week. Our Bertini McDermott is live from Starbucks country. And cool temperatures outside the Our News studios this evening. Greg is back with your extended weather when Our News continues. Stay with us.
Have you heard that sound?
Get ready for a December full of festive fun and surprises with Our News Weekend. Introducing Holly's Holiday Hunt, where excitement, surprises, and prizes collide. Meet Holly, the lovable star of Our News Weekend giveaways. Here's how to join in on the merry madness and win a number of fantastic prizes from fantastic partners. On Thursdays and Fridays throughout December, tune into Our News at 7 and 7:30 p.m. It's your mission to hunt for Holly in one of the news stories. Simply join the Our News Bahamas Facebook live stream and to be the first to tell us the name of the story where Holly appeared. Winners will be announced every Saturday and Sunday during Our News Weekend. So keep your eyes peeled. You could be one of our winners. Join Holly's Holiday Hunt and unwrap the joy exclusively on Our News Weekend. Happy holidays and happy hunting.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages.
Welcome back to Our News. Cool temperatures in the capital as we saw lots of rain on this Thursday. Greg is back in the Weather Center with your extended forecast. Greg?
Thanks again, Natalia, and welcome back everybody for our final checkup weather. Very strong high pressure system to the north combined with a frontal boundary that's basically parked across the northwest Bahamas. Those conditions are keeping us on a very windy pattern, and that windy pattern will continue with us for the next couple of days as the strong high pressure system gently moves out towards the east. We also anticipate a low pressure system in the Gulf of Mexico to be moving across our area. That's going to be taking shape by the weekend, and that's going to introduce even more weather, wet weather and unsettled weather across the northwest Bahamas for the weekend and portions of the early part of next week. In the meantime, though, high pressure system will continue to provide some very windy conditions across the islands. Gale warning in effect for the northwest Bahamas and a gale watch in effect for the central and southeastern islands. This will continue through to Saturday, possibly even into Sunday as that other low pressure system approaches our area by that time frame. Taking a look at our forecast map, things are going to be shaping up pretty nicely across the central and southeast Bahamas, but the northwest Bahamas is going to see most of the activity with that frontal boundary in place. Thursday into Friday, not much change, still the moisture in place, and here comes that low pressure system in Gulf of Mexico introducing even more showers and thunderstorms for the area for the beginning of next week. Boating forecast. We're asking you all beachgoers, all boaters to remain in port. Gale warnings in effect for the Northwest Bahamas. Northeasterly winds 25 to 30 knots, and they will be gusting to gale force or near gale force over the next couple of days. Very rough seas, 5 to 8 feet, but up to 14 feet along Atlantic exposed shorelines and some northeasterly swells. High tide will be at 8:44 tonight. The low tide taking place at 2:47 in the morning. For the central and southeastern islands, we also have a gale watch in effect for you guys down there. Small craft are asked to remain in port. Northeast to east winds 20 to 25 knots, and they will be gusting to near gale force as well. Rough seas 5 to 8 feet, but they will be up to 10 feet along Atlantic exposures in northeasterly swells. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, no change for the next couple of days. Showers and thunderstorms will be in the forecast throughout Saturday and into Sunday. And then as that frontal boundary moves through the area, we expect conditions to be improving. So Monday, Tuesday, most of next week looking pretty nice. And those temperatures will take a dip once that frontal boundary gets in here. We're looking for some 70s during the daytime and 60s at night. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, travelers can now add the U.S. Pacific Northwest to the list of destinations with nonstop service to and from Nassau. Alaska Airlines is preparing to bring regular service here with the inaugural flight from Seattle, Washington, set to land in just a few hours. Our Berthie McDermott will be on board that first flight when it comes into LPIA.
It's the many unique attractions that make Seattle a unique and a must-see destination. And starting Friday, Alaska Airlines will make it easy for you to see them with non-stop service between Seattle and LPIA. Good prospects for tourism and direct access for Bahamians who want to get to the West Coast without long layovers. Director General of Tourism Latia Duncombe sees great potential for Bahamian travelers.
From a cultural perspective, there are many events and activities taking place, whether it's the arts, festivals, culinary. There's so much to do. Seafood, fresh seafood, is something that we love and enjoy, and here in Seattle they're known for that as well, and so the taste and the culinary perspective is familiar.
So we took a look around to see what we can find, and what did we come across? The Space Needle. Come inside with us.
It's a treasured icon and one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world. The 61-year-old attraction takes you up 520 feet in a glass elevator. Once you get to the top, it provides this breathtaking view of the city and the harbor. On the way down, the guide gave us options to pass the time. Here's how it went.
'Twas brillig in the slithy, toasted gyre and gimble in the wave. I'll muse you with the boro groves and the mum rats out grave. And yes, I do accept tips. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for coming through.
Just outside, an elderly man braved the freezing temperatures to serenade us. Then there's Chihuly Garden and Glass, showcasing the studio glass of Dale Chihuly. Chihuly's work is also showcased locally at the Atlantis Resort. But if that's not enough, the new flight provides room for a multi-destination vacation.
Whether you want to come over to Seattle and then take a 1-hour flight into Western Canada, into Vancouver, you can have a multi-destination vacation exploring the West Coast. So there is LA, there's Seattle, there's Western Canada. There's so much to do and explore as Bahamians when we welcome this new service to the islands of the Bahamas.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthie McDermott.
All right, great report, Berthie. I hope that you bring me back a souvenir. And of course, to see that story again, you can visit ournews.bs. With that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening. On the Record with Jerome Sawyer starts right now.
Welcome to the season finale of On the Record. It's our year in review special tonight. We embark on a journey through the tumultuous, inspiring, and thought-provoking moments that have defined the past year. But there's a twist. We're not just here to discuss the headlines and stories. We're here to meet the voices, the pens, and the faces behind the news that shapes our world.